You want to hear a story?
Always. It's a great way to start the show, by the way. Great way.
So I'm here. It's Friday night.
Yep.
At the DNVR bar.
Yep.
Having a good old time. Watching some sports with my buddies Eric and Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Got myself a nice little parlay that is looking prime to hit with the Clippers and under 227.5. Andre, I'm only watching out of the corner of my eye just honestly to wait for the time to hit zero so I can start reinvesting my winnings.
And this happens anytime I do this, my brain catches me and I have a real oh shit moment. So you were basically already, it's as if the money was in your account. You were just finding ways to reinvest.
Well, not even necessarily. I just wanted to see that green dot. I'm addicted to the green dot. And
so you knew not to do the fallacy I just described.
Yeah, no, because there was nothing left that night. So there was nothing for me to do with it. Anyways, 40 seconds left. The over-under is 227.5. With 40 seconds left, we're at 207.
Yeah, you figure 3 possessions were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, Donovan Mitchell throws in a crazy 3, instant foul. Wow, there's 5 points on the board in 2 seconds. Donovan Mitchell throws in a crazy 3, instant foul. There's 5 more points on the board. That was only a few more seconds.
This is horrible.
Over and over and over again. And finally, it comes down to the very last possession. So I have it's sitting at 227 with 6 seconds left. The game is over. But, and Eric's trying to, talk. It's okay. It's still going to hit. I'm like, There's absolutely no chance it still hits. They're just going to give him a concession basket on the other end. Well, that's not actually what happens. Donovan Mitchell is driving to throw up another crazy 3, which just by the law of averages, this damn thing was not going to go in. And Paul George fouls him as he's shooting a 3.
Wow.
Up 12 or something. He fouls a 3-point shooter. Of course, Mitchell makes all 3 of them, and it's over.
Wow. And if only they had employed that strategy in any of the previous possessions to save you a point, how huge that could have been.
Half-point loss, including 21 points scored in the final 40 seconds of the game, an average of over 1 point scored every 2 seconds.
Absurd. Sickening.
The type of thing that people will leave the game over.
Many would.
Luckily, it wasn't that big of a bet, and I just laughed it off. I lost some sleep over it, but back on the horse the next day.
That'll get you. That's how you finished your Friday night, after going 2-1 on your big 3.
Yes, including a great comeback cover by Koenigsberg.
Koenigsberg. I mean, they were down 12 when we ended the show that day.
No, it wasn't that bad. They were down 4 at half, but they had to cover 5.5, so they were really down 9.
Yeah.
Or they're down 10.
My guys,
Koenigsberg Golden Griffins.
That's amazing.
Absolutely came through.
That's outstanding.
And we're going back to the Random Ass College Basketball well. In fact, since we started early, you have a few minutes if you want to ride with me.
That's right.
On today's Random Ass College Basketball pick of the day. Allie, if you could bring up my big 3, I'll get to it right away. This is a no hezzy.
Big bonus extra 10 minutes right there. Wow.
You got 6 minutes to get on Presbyterian money line. Now you're thinking, Ryan. Presbyterian absolutely killed us the other day. Well,
They did.
But the day before that, they were great for us. So today's a swing game. They're either inching towards the circle of trust or they're going to the decagon of death. Presbyterian Blue Hose money line -159. They're taking on the Charleston Southern Buccaneers. And what you must know about the Charleston Southern Buccaneers is that not only are they on the road at Presbyterian,
which a house of horrors for any Big South opponent.
Oh, of
everyone
course.
knows.
Yeah, if you're going, into the hose rack.
Oh, please watch yourself.
Yeah, in the hose drawer.
Yeah. No way, Jose.
Yeah.
You come out of there.
No way, Jose.
Exactly.
Anyways, they are also 2-18 on the season, and they've lost 15 out of 16. So this is a garbage school going into the hose drawer, and I strongly believe in the blue hose. Now, Austin here says he's put the blue hose into his circle of death. It's actually a Decagon. The Decagon
all-time comment on the show. Those hoes are in my circle of death.
I mean, you know what they say.
I might have to screenshot this and make this the background of my Twitter account. That comment alone, that's phenomenal.
They do say those hoes ain't loyal.
Those hoes ain't loyal indeed. Yeah, Allie luckily wasn't paying attention. She missed like three other real knee bucklers. Yeah, so there you go.
So we'll go back and
blue hose. And unfortunately, heavy money coming in on Charleston Southern.
Not unfortunate at all.
And you are imagining some rich Charlestonian with a monocle has put all his money on
his name is actually Charleston.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be the only thing discouraging us, but we don't believe in Charleston's basketball knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, where's his podcast?
Absolutely right. You show us. Yeah.
All right. Other things I have here. Speaking of the circle of trust, of course, it's Jimmy Buckets, also known as Jimmy Rebounds.
Yep.
Over 8.5. Now this has moved. It was over 7.5 when we were just raking in cash on it last week.
Yes.
They've moved it up. That's fine. We're gonna experiment with the 8.5 life. And see what it's like.
I'm with it.
Every time we were hitting the 7.5, he was getting 10 because he had like 3 triple doubles last week.
Have you taken the over on Jimmy Buckets' assist as well at some point?
A couple times, yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Rebounds, assists, you don't care.
No.
You're just hitting that over, and Jimmy Buckets is not letting you down.
Jimmy stats.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for a 13, 10, and 11 triple-double tonight.
Right,
It's gonna
Jimmy
be a
triple
thing of
doubles.
beauty. Yeah, no, it
doesn't matter what it is. I'm in on it. And then Damian Lillard, 4 games in a row over 34 points. He's been known to go meteoric all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now this is actually kind of like light for him. Like his crazy streaks will go like 48, 46, 45.
Right.
And then, he'll cool off. Right now, just 4 straight of 34 or more. And he's at 31.5 tonight. They're taking on the Suns, who
should be close.
I just think it's going to be a good game. They actually, one of the recommended props tonight is his assists, which is hit like 5 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually anti that tonight because I just think he's going to be getting shots up.
Goes and gets his shots. There you go. Love it. Nicely done.
Oh, see, Joseph must have been over the weekend. He took 8.5. Jimmy got 8. If that happens to me tonight, I will rethink my beliefs.
Well, that's tough. It's tough when they change those lines on you.
Mm-hmm.
I had that last week on Murray rebounds, and that did still hit. So that was a joyous moment for me.
Bang, bang. All right, let's get to Andre's big 3.
Yeah, I'm sticking to the NHL across the board. I just not feeling it in the association tonight. So Matthew Tkachuk, over 2.5 shots, minus 162. He's averaging 3.4 on the year. He's hit the over 6 in a row here. And last 2 times he played Toronto, 13 shots in 2 games. So like that. And then Alexander Barkov. Barkey has been phenomenal for the Panthers, minus 155. The juice has actually decreased here, but he's hit 7 of the last 10, 12 out of 16 on the season. Love that. Mikko, on the other hand, slowing it down a little bit, only hitting the over 6 of the last 10, but it's Mikko. He's due.
Did he hit it in the outdoor game?
I think he did, actually. And he's still averaging 3.5. He's hit 10 out of 14 this year, so we're riding with that. And then for a parlay, I've got Anders Lee awaiting as well. Yeah.
Anders Lee.
Yep.
All right. There you go. There's our big 3. We have 2 dilemmas of the day. So we're going to give those ample time. But first, a shout out to our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook, where you can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR at sign-up. Sign-up bonus, $1,000, code DNVR. You know the drill. Get in on everything they have to offer, all the profit boosts, the odd boosts. I mean, constant fun.
Nonstop.
A lot of special offers coming this week, so make sure you check them out. And make sure that you're 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match. Each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough and restrictions to apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Austin here says, best win of the weekend. Zion over assist hits in OT.
Beautiful thing.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
And then from Sean G, he says, lots of rumors going around Twitter that Bonzo Ball is going to sign with the London Lions.
That would be huge for Bonzo.
So much alliteration there.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be rooting for him. Not really.
Does DraftKings have spreads for props on the British Basketball League?
No, I believe it's just EuroLeague, WNBA, college hoops. Oh, wait a second here. We've got the Argentinian League, Spain, VTB United League. No, I don't think so. VTB is the
Venetian.
The Russian league. The French league. You know what? Once it's in session, it's very possible we will have the British league.
DraftKings goes deep into the bag.
Yeah, they do. They really do. They're phenomenal at that.
And then Austin says, thanks for the stat of the day earlier. Got in on Matthews' first goal. Same first name vibes. Yeah, a lot of Austins joining forces here.
Like that. Yeah, Austin Matthews, 4 of 5, first goal.
That's a crazy stat.
Crazy. And last 2 times he's played Calgary, he scored in both of those. Not first goal, but still scored in both of those. So, yeah. He's killing it. He is killing it.
Yeah, he's hot. Hot as the Arizona sun.
Yes.
Which is what raised him.
I didn't think you'd know that connection.
Yeah,
that was very good.
I've got some tricks up my sleeve.
You do, indeed.
Okay, we have 2 dilemmas of the day. Dilemma number 1. Do you want the good dilemma or the bad dilemma?
Are you? What are you? You're a start with the good or start with the bad kind of guy?
I'd rather finish good.
Same. I'm the same way.
So we're going to go to a kind of a sad note here. I don't know if we have some sad music that we can play, Allie, because this is kind
Triangle, party noise, bicycle horn, applause,
I feel like bicycle horn.
No, we don't want to do that. That would be sad.
Oh,
sad
man.
trombone. Yeah, play that.
Yeah, because take that L on the way out. You're taking a dub on the way out here.
And that is the question. So, obviously, you guys know, I don't know, early in the season when Nikola Jokic was averaging a triple-double, just putting it up effortlessly, we got in on Jokic.
The good old days.
To win MVP. Now, let me get the full stats here. We got it when it was plus 2,500? Is that right?
Yeah, Ryan, that's correct.
Oh, my goodness. So we got in at Nikola Jokic to win MVP at plus 2,500.
It's like we can track our lives based on the odds we got Jokic MVP at.
And the buyout, the highest it hit was 2.2 to 1.
Right.
2.2 to 1, which was pretty darn good.
Great.
It started to regress a little bit.
Oh, boy.
And
first time all season we've actually taken a step back.
yes.
So
what
from
is
500 to plus 600, right?
Okay, so yeah, he was climbing, and now he's gone back a little bit, and it's just left us wondering, is now the time to take the buyout?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of damning evidence as to why you should. Now, let me be very, very clear here. I am of the staunch belief that after all these teams have played, are they playing 72 this year? 72 games, Jokic will have been the most valuable player in the league.
It's not even close.
I have no qualms, and I have no doubts that will be the facts. But what I'm worried about is what has been the worry all along, which is how much credit he's going to get nationally. And then you have to look at the way that the Nuggets are playing basketball.
Yes,
it's probably
that's
the
the bigger
single worst thing we have going for us here.
Yeah.
The Nuggets are 16-14, is that correct?
Sounds right.
And Jokic has been incredible.
Yeah.
But they're not making noise for the number 1 seed or anything even close to that. And what's looks like it's happening right now is I don't want to say burning out because I don't think it's the right word, but he's just not going to be able to sustain the triple-double average. That's that ship has basically sailed.
That ship
and
sailed
what
a
we had
while
said from the beginning is like if he averages a triple-double, he's going to get it.
Indeed.
I don't think it's going to happen anymore. And then here's this other thing. Jamal Murray is heating up.
Yep.
Now, while that is great news for the Nuggets, I don't know if it's the best news for Jokic MVP odds. And as our friend Adam Mata said, if they surge all of a sudden, and let's say they do surge into a top 4 seed or even better than that, while Jamal Murray got back to bubble Murray form, that's not going to necessarily help Nikola Jokic's MVP odds. I think it'll actually hurt them.
Yep.
Jamal will get all the credit because he's the more stereotypical NBA superstar.
Sure.
Everyone loves a Jamal Murray highlight. I mean, how could you not? And so you just put all these things together.
Yeah, it's just not. The Nuggets aren't good enough, and he's not averaging a triple-double. For the Nuggets to be this good and him to win MVP, he has to average a triple-double, which super unrealistic, super unfair. That's the world we live in, though. So.
And so with the buyout still being at 2-1, the question is it time to get out? Now, there's a couple reasons why you would say no. The biggest reason is, what if LeBron and Embiid get hurt?
Yeah, because it is a 3-horse race.
Now, LeBron almost never gets hurt. So that's a kind of a tough thing to bank on. Well, Embiid always gets hurt. Now, I don't want to wish that upon anyone by any means. But just,
it's a factor.
We're dealing with people's money here. We got to consider all factors. So I don't love that one. The other thing is, okay, can you hang on a little longer? Maybe the Nuggets go on a 5-game winning streak and the buyout boosts up a little bit. But the truth is, for you to get a buyout a really good buyout, is it's going to take him getting to first place. And I just think the path to get there is really hard.
And at a certain point, when you don't take that buyout gets taken off the table.
That's the other thing. Is another drop might result in not the buyout going down a little bit, just the buyout going away because they think you're not winning this bet.
Right. I mean, early on, there was an urgency to get you to buy out because all of a sudden the bet you got was such incredible value. So, yeah, I think. Are you going to stay put or take it, though? I never jumped in early enough. The buyout I would consider as MPJ, but that ship has sailed.
My account is dwindling right now. Now, that's not just because I've just been losing. I also take money out. I have a system. But I'd much rather just take that buyout than bottom out completely.
So how much is riding on the blue hose right now?
I've got 1.75 units on the blue hose. If that hits, I might just diamond hands this and continue to hold on to my Jokic MVP ticket. But I got to be honest, the buyout looks nice right now. Now, Austin, a different Austin in the comments, is Austin City. You should get in on Austin Matthews' first goal.
Yes, absolutely.
Says the Lakers are going to start losing a lot more. Did I see there's a AD injury? He's going to be out a little bit. I think I saw that somewhere.
Yeah,
I think that would make sense why this.
But I wouldn't be so.
Oh, and Schroeder's out too.
Mm-hmm. No one in the West is looking great though.
Yeah, and also LeBron.
If he keeps him afloat, he's going to be just fine.
He might end up getting extra credit for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's going to turn it up. He's going to have like 35, 12, and 10 every night, and he'll pad the stats on top of already being LeBron.
Well, and he's smart enough to know shorter season.
This
might be my time to get that. Yeah, hotter. Exactly. Get that, career achievement award.
AD 5 to 6 weeks.
Sounds great.
Really good news for the Nuggets to potentially catch up to the pack a little bit.
If you can't beat the Hawks, you can't beat the Hawks, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter what the Lakers are doing right now.
I know, but like Trae Young, he's a really bad match matchup
Nuggets
for us.
killer. Stupid James Harden 2.0.
Dude, he's so fast.
The clown show. These pick and rolls 30 feet out. Hate it.
That's the
Hate
most
it.
deflating thing in basketball. When he just gets to the logo and pulls, and you're like, what a dumb shot, and then it just hits the bottom of the net.
I know.
It's like, I hate you.
It really is.
His
devastating.
hair is so bad.
Yeah. Also.
So anyways, that was a tough one. It was just an honest conversation that I think we needed to have.
Yeah. Whether we
keeping
like it or not.
I'm keeping an eye on my buyout here to make sure that
It
that
hasn't shifted.
Johnny A isn't listening in.
Right. I mean,
Knocking down the buyout before we all take it.
sometimes. The only redeeming trait, though, that the Jokic buyout has right now is a bit of a lack of candidates. I mean, it is a clear top 3 and a wide gap after that. And I think there are very few, like, Durant could really heat up and maybe jump in this race.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's so, like, he's playing one day, he's not the next. I don't think he's going to get the continuity necessary.
It's
Going to
really
be a
just,
Kawhi in Toronto type of season for him. So, I'm not sure.
Jokic is really the only one who's doing this every night.
Yeah, Embiid.
Yeah. But, I mean,
Embiid's putting up Murray numbers, Murray bubble numbers.
is he not getting any load management games?
Yeah, he's not so far.
Okay. All right.
But
That
who
could come back
knows?
to bite them.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's move on to the final and way more fun dilemma of the day. This is actually this plays into another future bet that I have here,
Yeah.
which is the Avs to win the division. It's the best I've ever felt about a future bet when I took it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I want to say like plus 160 for the Avs to win the division or something like that.
That sounds right. Yeah.
And I went in strongly on it. And to be honest, Dre, if the Avs beat the Golden Knights tonight and have a 3-1 lead on the season series with them,
Gotta love that.
it's going to be juicy. So yeah, they're only behind the Golden Knights by 2 points right now.
Yeah.
With 2 games in hand.
Right.
So they would tie them tonight with still 2 games in hand.
Yeah, and then the Blues are right there for the taking.
Well, and the Blues, they have more than 2 games in hand.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna work though with
don't either.
rescheduling.
We're gonna
It's like the
figure that
dumbest
out.
thing. Like we're talking about Pac-12 tiebreakers, and we're like, well, yep, Colorado just has 1 less game than Stanford this year, so they can't tie. They're either gonna lose or win to it. Like, it's just like
There you go. Yep.
it's so annoying,
Yeah,
but it
that's
still looks very good for the Avs. That aside, just because I was looking at my open bet slips, that was on my mind. Got a nice. I'm starting to get a nice buyout on that one as well.
Yeah, my division winners parlay is looking okay. It's the Montreal Canadiens that need to pick it up. But everything else feels good.
Okay, the dilemma: are
Yeah.
the Avalanche and Golden Knights due for a high-scoring affair? Dre, you've got the last 3 in front of you. What were the scores?
Yeah, I mean 3-2, 3-2, and then a 1-0 win. Anyone watching that long ass broadcast yesterday in 2 parts or 2 nights ago heard a million times how the Avs and Golden Knights have the best defenses in the NHL. Of course, a bit of a like asterisk there because a big part of that is a small sample size from the Avs.
Fair,
You know, but still, I mean, they're playing good defensively.
but also like Cale Makar and Bowen Byram.
yes.
And Bowen Byram just like came in and was their best defender when Cale wasn't out
Terrific. And I mean, the Knights, very strong defense. Everyone plays, you know, well-rounded hockey, and they're, you know, Fleury's playing well between the pipes. Does the under hit again? And this was one you were invested in that 2-parter we had.
Someone in the comments just said you look like Austin Matthews' long-lost brother, and I see it so clearly. I think you.
That's nice, I guess.
Allie, will you bring up a picture of Austin Matthews?
I could see how
Maybe even wearing a
this
beanie?
look, yeah, the beanie really sells it. It does feel like the universe is telling us Austin Matthews' first goal is really the play tonight.
I know.
A little bit.
No pictures of him wearing a beanie. Why do we keep getting Matthew McConaughey?
Wow.
Just do Austin. Oh, that's because you did Austin. She said Austin Matthew, but Austin like the city, Matthew like McConaughey. Big fan of Austin the city because he went to UT.
Right.
So here you go, Austin Matthews.
I mean, a little bit.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
Whoa.
Oh, bring it up.
This
they
is
see it yet?
Outstanding.
Wow. If you grew out the stash,
I think now we have to grow out the stash.
will you grow out the stash as a bit?
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Absolutely, I'll grow out
He
the
doesn't
stash.
necessarily need the beard because there are pictures of Wow.
He does have a similar sad boy with deep bags under the eyes look going for him.
Wow.
I must say, though, I look younger than him.
Yes.
And I'm like 10 years his senior.
Yeah.
You look young.
Also,
He's been like a phenom for his whole life, and I just feel like that ages you a little bit.
many millions his poorer as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, great point here. There's 2 Austins and a Houston in the comments. This has to be some sort of Texas sign.
Book it. Yeah, absolutely.
Austin Matthews' first goal. I'm so happy that you're going to grow out this mustache.
Oh God.
I guess I have to now.
Groove is in that again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what's important.
And you had this hit on that Lake Tahoe doubleheader.
I sure did. I
Yeah.
had an Avs under parlay, which actually might have saved me from some weekend losses because it was just like this Presbyterian bet. It was the last bet in the old chamber.
Let's talk about that, how that game tied our liquidity up for like 7 hours.
Right,
That
exactly.
was insane, man.
There's no buyouts or anything. You were
Yeah.
just stuck with that bet, but
Yeah.
it ended up hitting. And that was my good beat of the weekend because Kadri missed an empty net to save me that under. So here's the thing. My answer to the dilemma of the day is no. They're not due for a high-scoring game.
Okay.
I think
they know
that-
each other too well.
I think that stylistically, obviously, the Knights just want to muck it up. They just want to, like, this is the type of game they want to play.
Yeah.
It's dicey and ugly and all that stuff that they just like.
Yeah.
The Avalanche, if you don't put the pressure on them offensively, they'll just hunt great shots all night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to get into a competition of them of who can have the snipiest snipe, they'll get in that
Right.
competition with you all day. And so they're like, you just want to muck it up and hope to get one? Well, we're just going to keep hunting great goals. And a lot of times they just win. You know, they'll get those
Right.
great goals and they'll win. So you add in the fact that Philip Grubauer is playing like
Playing
the best
well.
goalie in the
Playing
NHL
well.
right now. And the fact that the Avs defense has also been really darn good. And I just, like, the over-under in all of these games has been set at 5.5. It shouldn't hit 4 in a row. I think it's going to.
I love it. That is the beauty and the hard thing about hockey betting. Puck line over, it often will come down to making or missing an empty net or late.
Honestly, as I was sitting there holding that ticket in my hand, I
Oh,
was
it
like, why did
hurts.
I do this to myself?
I know. It hurts.
Betting on the over-under in hockey is just a fool's errand. Because you can be on the right side the entire game, and a team could score 2 empty netters, depending on what
For
you
sure.
know. You
For
could
sure.
you could go up 3-1
Right.
on an empty netter, and they could keep them pulled,
Yep.
and there you go, 4-1. Although in this case that would be fine, but
Right.
it's yeah.
That's a tricky proposition.
I don't feel safe going down that
Hockey
road,
betting, you always get to that final boss that you need to beat.
which just sucks. It's
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
when you have the puck line. If you have the Avs on the puck line tonight, which is actually minus 180 or plus
Plus
180,
180, yeah, big.
that you end up getting some backdoor covers, which I don't even think are backdoor covers. I think that's why the puck line exists in that way. It bakes in the empty netter.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. It's all part of it.
So if you don't get the empty netter, it's actually a bad beat rather than a good beat if you do.
With the puck line, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was Blaze saying in here?
He said that you're a dead ringer for Austin Matthews.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Hi, Liam.
Liam says hello.
Hi, Liam. What he's telling D-Line to make
DNVR hats with the logos?
Liam,
Yeah.
we do have hats with DNVR logos.
We
Just
do have
FYI.
that. If that's what you're
DNVRlocker.com. If you're suggesting this hat with a DNVR logo, then that's a different. Beanies. We do need some beanies.
I'm not a beanie guy.
I know. You're
Just doesn't work for me.
barely a hat guy, in fact.
I'll wear a hat. It's mostly just like because I was too lazy to get a haircut that week. But yeah, not a beanie guy at all.
No.
Okay, that's 2 dilemmas deep, multiple picks. We had discussed a prop parlay to catch DraftKings when they least expect it.
Yes, we need to do that.
Okay.
I have 2. So we've got our NHL shots. So it's my big 3 plus Anders Lee over 2.5. I hate to say it, Braden Point, our first removal from our circle of trust.
Out of the circle of trust.
Out of the circle of trust. He is gonzo by Braden, just not working for me anymore. We do have a double-double parlay for you.
You do? You already cooked that up?
DeAndre Ayton, Rudy Gobert, Russell Westbrook. Plus 218.
Okay. What was your shots parlay? 4-way?
Yeah, 4-way. That one I haven't cooked up yet, so you'll have to give me a second. I want to see if there were any choose your own adventures here on the double doubles that I'm forgetting, but I'm pretty sure it was quite clear cut. Okay, technically Enes Kanter's averaging a double double, but I went Ayton. There's actually better juice, and DeAndre's the way Austins stick together, Andres and DeAndres stick together.
I didn't realize there was that crossover with Andres and DeAndre.
Absolutely. You could include Jimmy if you wanted.
Interesting. I'm more interested in your shots
Minus
parlay.
110. Okay, let's cook that up. This I have a screenshot of, so I can abandon it. Goodbye. We're off to the NHL. We're going straight to the player props. And
By the way, Dre, I know everyone is wondering, Presbyterian
come on. No,
down 3.
no.
Just down 3 in the first half. It's no problem. It just looks like we might not get the
That backer knew.
the easy
Ryan.
win. Some guy named Bowser, 4 for 4 from the field to start the game.
Come on, Bowser.
Sedarius. Wow, that's a sweet name.
Sedarius Bowser. Are you kidding
Sedarius
me?
Bowser. Like,
Holy cow.
I regret everything.
That's probably why all that big money was on there. Who am I forgetting here? Oh, no, I have 4. Plus 637.
Now, why
Plus
was Andersley a
6.
bonus and not in the big 3?
Because I had to pick, and I like Barkey, I like Kachuk, and I like Mikko better.
What if you take out Andersley?
If I take Anders Lee out, which I do recommend, frankly, plus 341. That's good.
It's more my speed.
That's good value right there.
It's
That's
really good value.
Yeah.
All guys averaging almost 3.5, right?
Yes.
If not 3.5.
3.4, if not exactly 3.5.
It's good
Yeah.
value.
Yeah.
It's good value.
Yeah. And odds boost, you get USC and Texas Tech. Texas Tech inching towards the decagon of death. I like Oklahoma State in that one. Boom.
All right.
Screw you, Texas Tech.
All right, that's all we got for you today. Thanks for tuning in to DNVR Bets Daily. You'll catch us tomorrow in the afternoon on the podcast side of things, or, of course, you can catch us here again at 4 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in.